time I almost gave up volume 4 or 5, can't remember. Man, it's crazy. This week's Parshat Korach, the rebellion. Here you have a guy, super wealthy. He's got yichus. You know, he's got affirmed bloodline. He's got prestige. Wasn't enough. And he began to challenge Moses. Which is crazy because, like, at this point, last week's Parshat Shalach, you have the spies that go out, the Meragdim, and now a decree comes back that they will not enter the land. Anyone from the ages of 20 to 60 will not enter. And then you have this wealthy, prestigious, powerful guy that decides he wants to be in charge. And it's funny because it's like, after all the work that Moses has done, now this guy wants to be in charge. First lesson, there's always going to be people who show up once most of the heavy lifting is done, man. It's crazy. Like, you done brought down the Torah. You're like, man, I think I should be in charge. Oh, you think so, huh? And this past week for me was tough. Similar to the children of Israel, I've been in transition, geographic transition. And it creates a level of restlessness and frustration for sure. You want to be there. You want to know where you're going. You want to get there now, like, you know. But there's something taking place in these travels. There's relationships that are being cleared out over the period of this time. Things that aren't serving or suiting for where you're headed and what you're doing. This has been a crazy week for me. Maybe even crazy 2 weeks, you know. But the main takeaway is, like, everything that's happening is for your good. So make sure when you read your story, you read it with a positive tone. In spite of whatever challenges and frustrations, of course. But, like, with a positive tone. Knowing the Rahmanis of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? The compassion of God. It's like an overwhelming current. There's no other, you know, being or entity in the world that would allow someone to, like, do things against their will using their resources, right? Like, imagine working at a job and then you're using the computer and the Wi-Fi to help tear the company down, right? That's not going to go well. Yet with our bodies, our minds, our time, we often do things that are counter to what God has asked of us, but we're allowed to do it. There's some Korach in each of us. I should be in charge, you know. God didn't got you this far, but now you want to take over. Questioning different laws and rules and mandates. Gathering others to kind of feel and support the same. Oh, by the way, you see the drip. Came a long way, baby. Never read the Torah and miss the point that's pointing back at you. Everything is for a lesson. Everything is a reflection of what's in us. So we need to find that and make corrective action. Tikkun olam. I bless everybody that this week Hashem should allow you see the Korach within you, and that being, that energy may be swallowed up in the earth, never to be seen again, and everything attached to and tied to it. It's interesting because a prideful man who had everything was challenging the most humble man of all. And what did he have? Not much. So your ego is always going to try to attack and tear down what humility has given you. Don't let it. Shabbat shalom.